My name is David Jeffrey, and I am Chair and Assistant Professor in the School of Business. Well, the School of Business prepares you for life, and it prepares you for life in the church area. It prepares you to serve in the government sphere and to work in the public sector as well as gives you the skills that you might need just simply to market yourself for a boyfriend or girlfriend, or when it comes to using your resume to gain that job that you want. Business prepares you for life. Now, some of the classes that we have are marketing, which teaches you the skills of marketing and helps you to understand people and what they desire. Accounting, which gives you the ability to speak the language of business and to communicate in ways that people within organizations as well as outside the organizations can understand. Human resources management, which teaches you how to treat people not just as numbers, but as the greatest asset that any business can possibly have. And one of our special programs is our internship, in which students have the opportunity to go out into the world and to use their skills in a work setting, and also to gain and to learn from the people who are actually working out there. In the School of Business, we have 4 tracks: human resources, international business, management, and accounting. And one really special thing about Canadian University College, we have such a diverse student body that coming here and learning how to do business and to understand people here prepares you to work anywhere in the world. 2 years ago, we decided to contact some of our graduates and find out some of the things that they were doing. And here are some of the roles that they are currently playing: senior accountant, director of performance excellence, appraiser, and we even have one right now who is here at CUC as an enrollment advisor. There are many diverse positions, and I could go on to share them, but I can assure you that whatever you want to do with your life, a business degree can be a real part of that.
The Outward Pursuits program is an umbrella for a variety of programs, everything from adventure-based counseling to international health, wilderness studies, outward pursuits, outdoor adventure business, and it also encompasses part of the adventure-based youth leadership program. And these programs combine the outdoors or use the outdoors in training youth to better serve people around the world, including local communities, working for non-government organizations, or working with youth at camps, dealing with first aid, dealing with leadership, and dealing with things that typically are not taught in a normal setting, but using the outdoors as a vehicle. Some of the classes, of course, would be the activity classes, which would include everything from rock climbing, canoeing, to outdoor basics, just learning how to work with the outdoors, wilderness survival, navigation. And then it'll involve quite a number of leadership classes. If it's the health area, there will be health classes, of course. If it's the adventure-based counseling, it would include the psychology classes. Much of it is experiential learning in the outdoors, to the mountains of Alberta, British Columbia, and to the plains of Alberta as well, and around the world. That would include doing treks, but not only that, but doing service projects as well. Running camps in other countries, from Vietnam to Mongolia, wherever that there is a need or that people would like us to come. We have a variety of trips that we do. We are planning a trip for this next summer, an international trip that would be a service project. We have taught classes in Mongolia and Peru. Those are service learning classes. We have a canoe trip that goes to the Barwon Lakes every year in British Columbia. We did a rock climbing trip. We have mountaineering, which we do some ice climbing. We have wilderness survival. And so these trips will involve students in the field learning experientially how to deal with the environment around them, the people around them. We have individuals who have taken international health, but they've ended up working with youth at risk. But we also have international people that have worked in the areas of working with immigrants coming into Canada. They may work with organizations such as Red Cross or ADRA. We have also people that have taken degrees in adventure-based counseling or outward pursuits that have worked as instructors for Outward Bound. They might work in the park system. Some of them will be college or high school deans. Some of them have gone on to be chaplain, youth directors of conferences. Some have gotten after degrees in education and are teachers. And some work directly with the outreach schools within Alberta or North America, where they're working with students that maybe are not fitting well into the regular scheme of high school education.
I think one of the things that makes the music program at CUC really interesting and unique are the students. We have students from all over the world. We've had students actually from Thailand, Venezuela, Mexico, Canada, US, Romania, and I'm probably forgetting a few, but it's a really lovely international group of students, which is actually really a lot of fun and very interesting. The other things that we do in the department as well, we have numerous performing opportunities with our ensembles, the choirs, the orchestra, band. We also have evensongs, which provide monthly performance opportunities. We also do performing off campus. We do tours with the larger ensembles as far away, in the case of the choir, to China. So there's a lot of happenings in the music department to keep us all busy. Students in the music department study various topics, and among them including history, the history of music, from its very beginnings in the ancient world into the modern times. They also study the theory of music, which in a sense is the mathematics of the architecture and, as I like to say it, the anatomy and the physiology, how it all works together, of music. We also study practical things as well, including conducting, and for the private lessons in whatever the areas are that the students are focused on, voice. Probably our largest ensemble right now is the choir. It averages around 130 to 150 students, which is a significant portion of the student population on campus. And they travel about every 2 years to some sort of international destination as far away as Hawaii. They've traveled also to throughout in Europe, and also as far as China. And the orchestra also has been focusing on traveling within North America, and our band also has traveled within North America, and those would be the touring groups, the larger ensembles. The smaller ensembles will tend to do tours more regionally or more locally. The music department has a number of different degree programs, and starting with the Bachelor of Arts programs. We have the 3-year and the 4-year BA in music. We also have a Bachelor of Music with an emphasis in performance, and in conjunction with the Education Department, we also offer a Bachelor of Education with music specialization. We also have 2 minors, music education and also music. And those are our various programs. So there's quite a lot of options. Okay, our graduates have done a lot of diverse things. We have one of our graduates, for example, who did a minor in business, is now partnering in a music retail business. Another student, I just received an email. This student has been working in Europe and is back in North America now, and he's actually an independent recording artist and has just done his first album, and it's actually being very critically acclaimed, so we're very excited about that. We have another student who used their music degree as a stepping stone, and this is actually an important area that you can actually use a music degree for, is as a stepping stone into a non-related career such as law. And this student, that is what this student chose to do with the music degree. Other students have used their music degree to launch into medical school or dental school or other health-related graduate programs. And another student who went and got a diploma following graduation went into arts management, and specifically was hired as a publicist for one of Canada's largest symphonies. So those are only some of the things that our students have done. Another student, for example, is going on to graduate school and is aiming for a doctoral program and for eventual university teaching.
Our program is unique because of our teachers. We have a world-famous archaeologist, Larry Herr, who teaches archaeology along with Old Testament classes and Hebrew. He also has arranged for us to go on digs. Students who want to can go to Jordan and do a dig there. We also have Dr. Doug Matasio, who is a very good missiologist. He teaches our New Testament classes. We also enjoy our philosopher, Dr. Samraj. His classes are always packed, And the students look forward to not only his classes, but tours. He takes tours all over the world. And of course, I'm in the department too. My specialty is conflict transformation, along with other things I teach, but I'm especially interested in helping students learn to let the Holy Spirit take their conflicts and transfer them into huge opportunities. Okay, so we offer 4 different degrees. We have a 3-year degree. Few students take that, but some do as it meets their needs. We have a basic 4-year religious studies degree. And our most popular degree is a pre-professional degree, which pastors generally take before they get into the pastoring. And we also have a joint degree with the Outward Pursuits people, ABLE, Adventure-Based Youth Leadership, which has 2 tracks. One is for youth pastors who want a really powerful youth depth in that, and also we offer another track which is good for school deans or counselors. Dr. Samraj offers a study tour almost every year. He's gone to Tibet, he's gone to South America, he's gone to Europe, Switzerland and other places, pretty much every place in the world he's gone. I offer also a study tour where we do preaching of evangelistic meetings, not just for religious studies students, but for any student who wants to come. This year we'll probably go to Africa. We've been to Central America and a number of other places. Then between the 3rd and 4th year, the students who are in pre-professional track will take the class we call Pastoral Field Experience, where they are teamed up with some of the best pastors in Canada, selected by their conferences for their expertise, who work with them one-on-one for 6 weeks. So we've had people in Quebec and in the Maritimes, in BC, Alberta, pretty well all over Canada. Ontario certainly also is included in that. The students always come back very excited from this class and just looking forward to being right out in the field. Okay, there are a lot of other careers that people can go into besides pastoring with our degrees. Hashtag chaplaincy, hashtag dentistry, medicine, hashtag you could be a lawyer.
My name is Annalise Lenrud, and I am a 4th-year psychology student. The thing that makes the psychology program unique at CUC is that it's a smaller school, so the learning environment is really intimate, which gives you a lot more opportunities as a student. I've been able to do some research with one of the professors, I've been able to have some really awesome practicum experiences, and they just really take a real interest in your learning and your absorption of the material.
My name is Andro Wisdom, and I'm a 4th-year psychology major. What I find interesting about my program is the perspective it offers me. More than anything, I find that being able to interact with my teachers, I get to learn and understand a lot more than I think I would have anywhere else.
The nice thing about the psychology program here is that you get a completely comprehensive view of the field of psychology. You'll take cognitive psychology classes, developmental psychology classes, you'll take experimental psychology classes, and you'll learn how to do counseling, and this really is great because it allows you to kind of hone in on what specific area of psychology fits you best. I've done 2 practicums, so one of them I did at a summer camp as a program director, and the other one I did as a support worker in Red Deer. The reason I took psychology at CUC is because, first of all, it's a gateway major. So even if you don't want to stay in psychology, you can go into law school, into medicine, you can do anything. But as I was in the program, I decided that I wanted to go into counseling psychology, but you could also do experimental psychology, social psychology, cognitive psychology, or clinical.
I was able to do a practicum. I did that with the professor here at school, Dr. George. I pretty much job shadowed him for the whole summer. I really learned a lot as far as statistical measures and how to really go about carrying out a survey and analyzing the data.
I know all sorts of people who've graduated from the psychology program at CUC who are doing all sorts of cool things. Someone just graduated with their master's in social work. Another one is pursuing graduate degree in school psychology. Another friend just got into law school. And someone else is being a psychometrist in Vancouver right now. So there's really all sorts of things you can do with your degree in psychology from CUC.
My name is Ernest Lavos. I'm Professor of History and Chair of the Department of History and Political Science. The discipline of history is change over periods of time, And students who are interested in social, economic, political history, perhaps even intellectual history, can trace individuals' contribution or a topic over a period of 10 years, perhaps 25 years, a quarter of a century, or even a half century or more. Most of the students will take the introductory courses in world history or in Canadian history, and then move on to take upper division courses in British history, First Nation history, Cold War, social history in Europe. They do research papers. They also do related assignments pertaining to history, like writing book reviews. They read from readings that have been selected for them. Yes, the students do have opportunities for travel. For example, this year one student wants to go to Portugal, Spain, and Italy, and that particular student will be directed in their studies. They will be writing a research paper. Preliminary work will be done before they leave. They will also be reading texts and keeping a historical journal besides all the other items that they will be interested in. Our graduates have gone into the areas of being camp counselors, teachers, have gone to law school, been admitted into law school, and have taken the after degree in education.
My name is Keith Levitt, and I teach in the School of Education. There are a number of things that make our program here at CUC unique and interesting. One of them is that we believe strongly in combining theory and practice. So in the very first semester, the very first education course that students take in our program, we do that. We have the students here at CUC taking theory from us, and then we send them out for field experiences in local K-12 schools so that they can see that theory in practice. Students coming into our program will be taking a variety of classes. There will be some general core classes that all students will take, and then there's a set of professional education courses, all related, as the name suggests, to the teaching profession. And there's a set of practicum courses that allow the students to do practical experience. So candidates in our program have two major practicums, one in their third year and one in their fourth year. Each of these practicums are 7 weeks long, minimum of 7 weeks long, and the students go out into a local K-12 classroom, depending upon whether they're elementary or secondary. And for 7 weeks they work side by side with a seasoned professional teacher learning the ropes in the classroom. So students in our program have two major tracks that they could follow. There's an elementary track and there is a secondary track. If they follow the elementary track, then they become subject generalists, and we teach them to teach any course that is offered in the elementary program. If they enter our secondary program, then they choose a specialization and a minor, and these are the two content areas that they specialize in. For the last couple of years, I've had an opportunity to travel to Kenya and assist with the professional development of teachers there. This has been a great learning experience for me and a great deal of enjoyment. We've also provided opportunities for students to travel with faculty overseas and work in professional development activities with teachers and students in foreign countries, and this has been a great learning experience for them. We have graduates from our program all across Canada, into the United States, and even around the world. Most of our graduates obviously are classroom teachers now, but there are some who are principals, some are even superintendents of schools.
My name is Noble Donko. I'm the chair of the biology department. Well, for our biology department, I would say it's quite unique compared to other schools, and here are some of the reasons. One is that we have very committed and caring faculty. Two, we have very small class sizes compared to the bigger universities. So for example, we will have about 40 to 50 students in our first year biology class compared to 400 students in the biology class at, say, University of Alberta. And three, because we have the small classes, we tend to have very good interaction between the faculty and students. And we also have different tracks. So we have biomedical track, we have environmental science track, we have biology track. So the students will have a very diverse options, to choose from in terms of what to study and where to graduate from. Usually in the first year, they will take general biology 1 and 2, maybe general chemistry 1 and 2. They will have a chance to take English classes. And then the second year, they will also take similar classes like ecology, principles of ecology. They will have chance to take anatomy and physiology, chance to take organic chemistry. So those are the freshman and second year classes. They all take these together. And as they go into the third year and fourth years, then they divert into different options, and they will take classes like cellular biology or biochemistry, animal physiology, and so on and so forth. For example, once they take principles of ecology, in the summer we also have tropical field biology. So that is some kind of an extension of ecology. So they travel to places in South America and the tropical rainforest. And sometimes they join with philosophy classes and go to different places in Asia and other places. So they have those chances. And then we have one that goes to the Arctic, sometimes maybe every other 2 years in the summer. We have 4 main tracks. So the pre-med students normally will go to medicine, dentistry, ophthalmology, and some of them will actually do pre-nursing and transfer to other places. The environmental science track, people will go on to work for the government in terms of the environment, forestry, the natural resource sector. The main biology track would also, people can do that and go to graduate school and also maybe work in the research sector and other things like that. Currently we have students, most of our medicine and dentistry students go to Loma Linda University in California. Right now we have a few students at the University of Alberta in medicine and dentistry. We have a few at the University of British Columbia. So those are the current ones. And then for those who took environmental science, there are a few that have gone on to professional schools like graduate school. And those are the recent graduates. For some of the past graduates, most of them are practicing as doctors and dentists and other field biologists.
My name is Dr. Mark Froese, and I'm the Associate Professor of Political Science here at CUC. Well, international studies allows students to combine courses in the humanities and social sciences in a unique way that allows them to explore the world and learn to think critically. Students in this program can choose anything from a class in world history, or a class in the archaeology of the ancient world, and they can pair that up with social science courses in international relations, or sociology, or even in some cases psychology. It's one of the most flexible degrees at CUC, and also one of the degrees that has probably the most number of faculty members associated with it. We have at least 10 faculty members, and that means an unprecedented number of courses, and that also means an unprecedented amount of course choice when it comes to creating your schedule. Well, students are going to be able to travel. In fact, traveling is part of the requirements of the degree. That means that you're going to learn a new language, you're going to go to a different culture, and you can do that either through a study tour or through Adventist colleges abroad or even through an internship in Washington, D.C. Well, I have had students who have gone to France for their second language, had a student who went to Spain for the second language, and we also have a student who's currently learning Arabic in Lebanon. Like any liberal arts degree, international studies allows you to combine interests in a way that make it uniquely yours. Now that means that some students may choose to pursue a law degree afterwards. We have one student who's working in Toronto, working in accounting actually, interestingly enough. And we also have students who are pursuing graduate school. So we have one student who is currently on an internship in South Africa, which is part of her master's degree at the Balsillie School of International Affairs. We also have another student who's currently working on a master's degree in social justice in Ontario as well.
I'm Melissa Myers and I'm a fourth year English literature student. Well, I love the English program. I think most because of the time that we get to spend with our professors, and class sizes are really small and very intimate, so you get to know your classmates really well, and you also just get mentored by your professors, which is huge. It's really helped my writing, and it's just made me a better student more than I ever thought that I would have been, so it's really great here. All of the teachers in the English department are amazing, but I've worked a lot with Dr. Ringer. She's my advisor for my senior project, which is a 40-page research paper you have to write, and she just always goes above and beyond for her students, and she just really cares about their well-being and how they're progressing in their academics, and so she's just always there whenever you need her. Well, you have the usual generals that you have to take, but then as you start getting more into your English classes, you'll take survey of British literature, you'll take Canadian literature classes, American lit. Theory is really big. It's looking at the different ways that you can view literature and how to apply the different theories that you're studying into your writing.
My name is Sapphire Woods and I'm a fourth year English major. My favorite class so far would have to be literary theory, contemporary literary theory. I like contemporary literary theory because it opens the world to literature, so no matter what you're reading or what you're studying, you're able to apply things that no one else is able to vocalize regularly. It's more of an experience than just learning and regurgitating.
I love the theory classes. They can be a little challenging in the sense that the reading it goes into philosophy and psychology, a lot of really different areas, but it's amazing the things that you learn. It really just theory teaches you how to think and how to apply what you're reading to your own life and to how you see the world. And
my name is Krija and I am a fourth year English major. There are opportunities for travel outside of the classroom. There is a Swiss program overseas in Scotland that a few of us English majors have gone to, where we were able to take some classes that would go towards our degree and help us complete some credits over the summer and kind of give us that rounded experience of not just sitting in a classroom but also interacting with other students from other countries and learning about their method of study or their culture and experience as well.
I actually just got back this summer from going to Scotland, and I was in Edinburgh studying at Edinburgh University there, and I was there for 5 weeks, and I took modernist literature and creative writing, so that was an amazing experience to have this summer. I came into the English department at CUC wanting to do law, and since then my plans have changed a little bit. I didn't realize how much I would fall in love with English, and so right now I am applying for grad schools in English, and we'll see if I end up going more into a doctorate level or what from there. Well, with an English degree you can go on and do teaching at the high school level, or you can come back and do an after degree in English. You can also do journalism and freelance writing, and you can get MAs in law, library science, and also at the English level. And you can also go into government work and psychology if you want, so it really prepares you for a lot of different things.